we'll try and get this thing hitched up as best we can. Oh dear, let's hope it's long enough. Ooh, rah, rah, rah. One bit. Look at that. And you need a couple more millimeters. Only just enough. Okay. Shit. That's good. I just sat on my phone. Wasn't that wonderful? I'll get the hang of this one day. The company I bought this Grapple from New Zealand didn't have any compatible fittings to fit up to the front of the loader on the TYMs. So hence the need for this video, which half displays the work required to add some attachment points to suit the quick release on the front of this tractor. Just going to fit. And don't climb under the loader arms when it's up in the air. Alright, well the first step I've got to mount this grapple onto the tractor is to install these hooks, which are for the quick release on the tractor loader arms. In order to get that at the right angle, I've had neighbour Joe as a boilermaker. He's made up these brackets out of heavy 12mm steel for me to weld onto here, and then these hooks will go on about there roughly, to give us the correct angle to get the grapple mounted the same as the bucket on the tractor. These hooks were water jet cut, which is interesting because they're extremely fine. They're super sharp edge. You cut yourself on the edge, and that's blasted through 20mm steel with a water jet, which is really fascinating to see. Be a bit of fun to have one if you had a use for it. But well, small change of plan. Instead of boxing in this entire thing with multiple panels, I'm just going to make one bracket and put it up the middle like that, so it just stops any sort of potential movement this way. It'd be a pretty good pressure to bend this sort of stuff anyway, but worth a try. Anyway, I'll cut out two of these on the plasma cutter, and that's the next step. Weld it on there and then on there. Okay, first of all I better clean it up a little bit to make it a bit easier to operate the plasma cutter. Okay, let's see if we can cut a straight line here. Couldn't see a thing. Had to put on grind mode on my mask. Aha! That's got that one. Anyway, there we go. That's got it. Yeah, let's see if I can get this one. I'll try and do this one freehand. Ha ha. Ah, blew a fuse. Okay, we'll try again. We've got air up. The trouble is we've got a bit too much amperage in this, I think, so we'll turn it down and we might not blow a fuse so much. That's looking a bit better. One of the things that I often think is a bit of a problem with me building things is I tend to work to a millimetre scale, sort of thing, a very small millimetres, which certainly makes for a better fit and everything, but it does mean that I've got to spend a bit more time fussing over stuff like this to make sure it's all exactly the way I want it. Now all I've got to do is get some black gel paint onto these parts, onto the back of them at least, because that'll be a bit difficult to get to later, and will help keep the corrosion down. Alright, now we just got to get a bit of the mill scale off these two plates to make them better to weld and to make sure they can take paint properly without flaking off and rusting later. This is what we've got to do next, is get a pair of these in behind there to give just a little bit of a brace between the two box sections there, and make it just that final bit stronger. Alright, we'll have a go at running a bit of weld along the top here now, and then down the sides. Oh, she's a bit hot. Hot gloves, hot metal. Connecting the tractor loader arms up to the quick hitch on the various implements at the front is going to take a little bit of practice, because it's hard enough to see even at this elevated height, but when they're on the ground it's going to be quite a challenge to be able to see down to the end there to see whether I'm lined up. Probably have to stand up on the seat or something, I think. Anyway, we did get there in the end. Well, now we've just got to try and sort out this one. The hydraulic hose is coming from the grapple. We're both piled up here and we're fouling this bar coming across the top. So now we're just going to try and find the best and safest place to put it, because we don't want it getting tangled up with branches and things. So I'm going to have a little explore here and see what looks like the best way to reroute the hydraulics to come to the couplings up here. Okay, well here goes our first test trial of the new Grapple, finally fitted to the tractor. We'll see if we can just pick this fallen tree up and cut it up a little bit so make it a bit more manageable. Piece of cake. There we go. Cut that up while it's sitting there. Should make life a little easier to pick a log up out of the dirt and saw it. So it'll be really good. So we'll head off and get started. Okay, moment of truth. We'll see what sort of a mess we can make of trying to pick up the first tree. Up this mound of what's left of the tree. Trade ship stealthily so it doesn't see us coming. Back up and see how much is left behind. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Now do that with a bucket. Lovely. Just a couple left. That's pretty good. Shot these down to the shipping station. Or some would say, the Renewable Resources Processing Centre. There we go. Come back to the others in a second. Okay, let's see if we can pick up the last of this. Still out. Have another go. See if I can rake it up a bit better. It's a bit hard when you can't see what's happening down there. Always one. Ooh. I'll get out and have a go at him manually. I'll have to stuff him in manually. Aha, you see the hole. Not much room inside. Yeah, just an awkward hole in there. Put an end to it. Alright, that'll do for our test. Well, this is precisely why I wanted the grapple over the bucket, because it allows me to get a big handful of stuff, and works pretty well. This is from a company called Rata. It's New Zealand based, made in New Zealand, and so far it seems to be doing a pretty good job. The only thing I've got to sort out now is this labyrinth of hydraulic hoses. I just want to try and neaten them up a bit and put some anti-abrasion protection on it, and then we're away. Well, I'd like to hear from anybody who enjoyed this video. Just give us a comment below if you did, and let us know what you think.